Hi, I'm Mark.
I'm Laurie. We've been living in our modified geodesic dome in the Sierra de las Nieves Mountains here in southern Spain for the past 17 years.
We live completely off-grid. The only connection we have to the outside world is our internet connection, obviously. So we're self-reliant but not self-sufficient. That means that we need to earn money. I work as a wedding guitarist, and
I work as a wedding, hair and makeup artist.
which means that we are seasonal. We only do weddings for English-speaking people who are coming to get married in Spain. So let's get on with our tour of the dome. This is our terrace we're sitting on, and I'll give you an idea of the view that we actually get when we're having lunch out here.
And this is the view we have from our terrace.
Spring here in the Sierra de las Nieves Mountains, and we're getting ready for the summer and our growing season. So we're propagating some seeds, we're growing some stuff from cuttings, we're doing pretty well with our moringa trees, and if you look at the rest of our terrace you can see that we've got quite a few plants here growing in pots, and some of these are going to go to our tiny house in order to add to our income and give us another income stream. This year we've built a tiny house, and everything related to the tiny house will be on one of our videos, which I'll put a card to up there.
Okay, we have buckets situated around the dome for collecting rainwater, and we use that in the dome for washing the dishes and watering the plants. Here we also have two bins for also collecting the water. When it's raining we leave the lids off and the water can drip straight into there, and that's for watering the plants throughout the summer. Okay, this is our tool shed over here, and this is our farm tractor, and there's a video about that. If you will post a card up on the top.
It's a tough time for everybody, we know, but please, it only takes you a second, doesn't cost you anything. If you would just like and subscribe, it helps us out a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is our cabin, and off there we collect water, which then goes into this tank here, which we then pump up to another tank at the top, which then gravity feeds back down to the dome for our water. This is our 1,000-litre water tank that we collect our excess water in, that we use throughout the summer for watering the plants. This is our firewood storage, and we cover it to keep it dry from the rain in the winter. Here, as you can see, these are more buckets for collecting all the rainwater. And this is our back door. Okay, this is the front of our cabin. It's divided into two sections. The further section over here is for storage, and this is for our studio that we use for lessons, for our YouTube channel, etc. Okay, these are our dogs. This is Sasha and this is Leah, and we've had them for about 14 years now. Yes, and they're both rescue dogs. And this is our main entrance. Welcome to our home, the dome.
As soon as you come in the door, on your right hand side you've got our solar system and our inverter, our batteries and our trip switches. Our solar panels feed into this inverter, and this inverter changes everything into standard 240, 230 volt system, which means that we can use standard fridges and freezers and electrical equipment. On the opposite side we have our dining table. At the moment it's in its smallest configuration because there's just the two of us. When we have visitors we can fold this out and it will comfortably sit 6 people and uncomfortably sit 8 people. You can see Sasha's bed here. Looking really uncomfortable, isn't she? Above us here is a mezzanine level where our bedroom is. On the other side you can see shelves with a lot of stuff on them. We collect things, what can I tell you? Okay. This is also my work area, so it has my guitar, a number of guitars. And this is where I learn my pieces, practice my pieces, and basically keep my repertoire up to scratch. It's also where I edit the YouTube videos. This is our living area. We have two couches. This couch here, when we have guests, we move over to the other side of the room, which gives us a big horseshoe. We need quite a lot of guests for that because this is a huge couch as is. It will seat probably 6 normal people, or when Laurie spreads out on it, her and a dog. That's about it. This is where Laurie edits her videos. This is our laptop, which you will have seen in another video. We did a major upgrade on this. It's actually quite old, but now functions like a brand new one. And I'll tell you all about that in the video, which will appear up here. Over here on the window we have some seeds which we're propagating. This is a west facing window, so for seeds that need a lot of heat, this is the ideal place for them. This is where they spend the day, and they move down here in the evening if we have the fire on, which keeps the heat fairly constant and consistent. We use a wood burning stove for our heat in the winter. You can see we've made an area here for our wood storage, our firewood storage. Up here we have a 12-volt fan which we run off this iPad charger, and it, along with this Sterling fan, keep the heat moving. Because the dome is so high, it's 5 meters high, it can take quite a while for even this stove to build up the heat in here. Okay, here we have our TV. Over here is where we keep our liquid supplies, water and soft drinks and milk and whatever. This is our library. We're extensive readers, as you can see. This is our standard fridge freezer. It's AAA rated and it works perfectly off our solar system. If you want to see about our solar system, it'll be in a card up here. We've got a whole video on that. We also have a 30-litre immersion water heater up here, which also works off our solar without any problems, and we have other electric cooking things here. This is our kitchen area. We have our sink and running water, our counter space, obviously our hob here, and pots and pans. This ladder here goes up to the mezzanine level, and the mezzanine level is where the bedroom is. You can see how high the dome actually is. As I say, it's 5 meters high. Originally the dome was just a steel framework and covered with a canvas. We've modified it very extensively. When it came first, it just had plastic windows and round porthole windows. As you can see here, we've modified it so that we can use a standard window and changed the frame design in order to accommodate that. We've put in standard sliding patio doors, both for the back door and for the front door, and standard windows everywhere else. It's quite dark in here, you'll notice, and there's a good reason for that. Because we live in southern Spain, the summers here are horrendously hot. In August, 4 or 5 times we'll go well over 50 degrees centigrade. So we try and keep the windows as they were in traditional Spanish houses. They were quite small, never south facing, and it meant that the inside of those old houses was quite dark, as is our dome. I know that that wouldn't suit everybody, but for us it's comfort over aesthetics, and it works well for us. Here you can see the way that we actually built the mezzanine level and the bedroom goes up there, and the bathroom is behind this wall here. If you look up, you can see that we've actually covered the roof in material and tried to make that as pretty as possible. When we modified the dome the last time, what we did was we put chicken wire on the entire frame. Then we put a PVC, very thick PVC covering on it, and then sprayed it with spray foam in order to give it some insulation. Didn't work perfectly, and you can see our trials and tribulations in a video that will appear up here. Okay, moving on into the bathroom before we head upstairs. Our bathroom is a combination bathroom and utility room. So in here we have our dry toilet. Here, notice I said dry toilet and not composting toilet, and there's much more information on that will appear in a video, the card for which will appear up here. So we have our dry toilet, which is a sawdust separating type toilet. Our washing machine is in here also. We have a bidet for, well, if you don't know what we use a bidet for, then there's no point in me explaining it to you. We have our walk-in shower, which is good for probably 4 people at a time. It's great. It's got a little area where you can sit down and watch the other person showering. It saves us water, so we can all share at the same time. Here we have our sink and mirror and a lot of storage. Mirror so Laurie can see how beautiful she is every day, and a lot of medicines and herbs and our laundry basket. And down here you can actually see the wire against the frame and some of the foam, and up here you can see the spray foam as well, and you can see how unevenly it actually expanded despite the extraordinary cost of it. Okay, so it's time to head upstairs and see the bedroom. We have a chest of drawers. We have Laurie's clothes. And
The bed.
we have our bed.
Yay.
Yeah, you can see up here we have this metal pipe, a conduit. In the summer, at night, as soon as the sun goes down and it gets cool outside, we turn this on and it drags the warm air from up here outside and forces cool air in, which keeps this area nice and cool in the summer. In the winter, because heat rises, it's always warm up here. In fact, it's too warm for me and just about warm enough for her ladyship. Okay.
Here we have the entrance to the cabin. This is the vestibule. This is the vestibule. Here we hang our winter coats in here, and there is the storage. I'm not going to show you that, it's full of crap. And this is our studio. Come in, have a look. We've got our sofa down here for when family, friends come to stay. We can make it into a bedroom, and this is where we do our recording. enjoyed the tour of our modified geodesic dome. If you have any questions about our dome, please be sure to leave them in the comments down below and we'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you again for joining us. Please, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this video, dislike and subscribe. It really does help, particularly in these tough coronavirus times. That was the tour of our geodesic dome. We've also built a tiny house which helps, we're hoping, will help to boost our income a little in the future. And there are numerous videos on the tiny house build and how far along it's progressed, and I'll post a link to one of them up here. Okay, until next time, take care, bye.
Bye.